Hey my beautiful Leo peeps, what's going on everybody? It's Am from CancerMoonsTarot, and I'm coming at you guys with your mid-January 2022 tarot reading. As always, readings here are general. If it resonates, that's awesome. If not, it's not your message. And if you want to check out my official social medias, you're more than welcome to. That's going to be linked down in the description below. But Leo, let's go ahead and get on into it. I want to wish you guys a happy new year. I hope you guys had a fantastic time, and I hope you're looking towards a fantastic 2022. And let's see what we got going on for mid-January over here, alright? Starting out with the current energies for Leo. What current energies are coming in for Leo? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus throughout mid-January 2022. What current energies do we have here for Team Leo, please? Current energies for Leo. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout mid-January 2022. Alright, Leo, let's go ahead and give ourselves a look. First card out, we got here an Eight of Swords. Next card out, we got the Two of Wands. And lastly, we have here the Five of Swords. So, the Eight of Swords, the Two of Wands, and the Five of Swords coming into mid-January. I can definitely see that you have a lot on your mind. You know, the Eight of Swords is typically one of those cards that resonate with the energy of overthinking. And the Two of Wands over here is the energy of having to make some sort of choice. So you could be overthinking about what choice is correct for me, what choice is right for me, what should I do in a certain situation I'm involved in, because the Five of Swords is a really tricky energy to decipher sometimes because it could represent betrayal. So you might be debating on what to do right now with a person in your life who may have betrayed you. And if it's not betrayal, it could represent somebody who has been pretty toxic, or it could represent somebody who hasn't necessarily treated you fairly. You know, the Five of Swords here could talk about betrayal, somebody who backstabbed you, somebody who's not treating you kindly. It could talk about somebody who's toxic. You know, normally it's just pretty negative behavior coming from a specific person or being around a negative environment, right? So I definitely feel like you've been giving it a lot of thought coming into mid-January about what you should do in reference to some sort of negative environment in your life. Keep in mind, an environment can be as simple as a person that's surrounding you too. So let's go ahead and clarify. Why do we have the Five of Swords jumping out here for Leo? What is this Five of Swords trying to represent? And we have here the Queen of Cups, and we have here the Ten of Pentacles. So I kind of feel like this Five of Swords moment is talking about somebody who is closest to you. For some of you Leos with this Queen of Cups, it could represent your mom. So this could possibly be your mom, or somebody who has a very high feminine energy within your environment. So this could be somebody who has a really predominant feminine energy surrounding you, okay? Or somebody who has a big feminine presence in your life. So we got here the Queen of Cups, we got here the Ten of Pentacles, clarifying that Five of Swords. Coming into mid-January, I definitely feel like it was somebody who's close to you, or someone who was the closest to you, who unfortunately has not necessarily had the best behavior. And I think that you are taking a lot of time to think in mid-January what you should do about this situation, whether or not it's worth it to continue to stick around this environment or person, or whether to walk away from it. So you're trying to give this situation a lot of thought. You're trying to come up with a conclusion to solve this issue. Let's go ahead and see what Leo is going to be dealing with. What is Leo going to be dealing with coming into mid-January? Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout mid-January 2022. What are my Leos going to be dealing with? And what do we got? We got here the Hangman, we got here the Five of Pentacles, we got here the Judgment, and we got here the Three of Swords. So I definitely feel like the way that you're viewing this person or whoever this is in your life, you're starting to kind of notice yourself judging them and not judging them in the most positive ways, because Hangman card here to the Five of Pentacles, it's like you feel that everything that this person once was went into a total 180. So it kind of feels to me like somebody completely switched up on you. You know, they went to being the closest person into your life, Leo, to being the exact opposite of that. I went from being a friend to an enemy. It's like whoever this is you're connecting with, their energy flipped on you in a 180-degree angle. And you never wanted to judge this person in a negative light, but to be quite honest, the way that they've been behaving really seems to me like it's been hurting you. Three of Swords. Struggle's real. The person's actions they've been taking, the person's actions they've been taking towards you, their behavior towards you, it's definitely been pretty hurtful. And it definitely, I feel in many situations as well, has been incredibly uncalled for. So coming into mid-January, you're seeing somebody change right before your very eyes, somebody that you actually really care about. I'm sorry for those of you guys that are going through this situation, because I've been in this situation in my life before where I've seen people that I truly care about flip up on me and do a 180 and just become something completely different. So it is unfortunate for those of you that are experiencing that. And I apologize for those of you that have to go through it, because I know it's not the best situation to deal with. So I definitely feel like in mid-January, emotions are kind of high. You're definitely dealing with a little bit of high tides here, Leo, and I can feel the emotion for sure, so I'm trying to give myself a moment to kind of ground myself before we move forward into the rest of the reading. But the overview that I'm getting so far is that you're trying to give this person, or at least have been trying to give this person, the benefit of the doubt a lot. You know, in mid-January, you're like, I don't know, maybe there's just something going on in their life, maybe that's why they've been rude, maybe they're acting out because they're dealing with something, and then the longer their negativity and their bad behavior unfolds, the longer you start to see this person turn into something different, the more and more you stop making excuses for it. Because the thing is that when we see people we love changing, we don't mean to make excuses, but we do that because we are really hoping that what we're seeing isn't real. We're really hoping that watching this person change into a version that we don't resonate with anymore is just a dream. We don't ever want to see somebody we love turn into somebody we can't stand, especially somebody who was once so loving and kind turn into somebody who's so negative and nasty. We never want to see that happen. So we tend to say, let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe there's something going on in their life. Maybe something's happening. Maybe I did something and I don't really even know about it. But eventually, you can't excuse their behavior any longer if it continues to become consistent and repetitive, right? If their continue becomes a repetition, if their behavior becomes repetition, and they keep continuing to act the way they do, it's like, I cannot excuse this any longer. There's nothing I can actually do to keep making excuses. This is just simply how they're acting. This is just simply what they're being and what they're becoming. So in mid-January, you're going to have that struggle of having to face the truth that somebody here is changing, and they're not changing in a manner that resonates with you anymore. They're changing into a person that you don't want to resonate with. And it is a very difficult moment, because in a way, you're going through a grieving and mourning process as well, because you're grieving past somebody that you used to know as they're turning into somebody brand new right before your very eyes. So Leos, I definitely understand this situation, and like I said, I feel for you that are dealing with this. I really hope this actually doesn't resonate to most of you, because for the ones this does resonate to, I know it's a difficult thing to go through. So based upon what you're dealing with, it's like you're watching them unfold right in front of you, and it is painful. It is really hard to go through, you know? You feel like there's nothing you can do to stop it. It's just happening, and you're seeing the transformation right in front of your very eyes. Let's see where things are going, though, Leo, okay? Where are things going to be going for Leo? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout mid-January 2022. And what do we got? We got here the Page of Pentacles. We got here the Queen of Pentacles. We have here the Hierophant. We have here the Two of Cups. And we have here the Ten of Wands. Yeah. So based upon where things are going, Page of Pentacles to the Queen of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is you still trying to reach out. So I feel like in January, you're not necessarily going to give up on them just yet. It's like, you know what? I'm going to keep trying to reach out to them. I'm going to see if I can make an impact. I'm going to see if there is a possibility here to save this friendship, to save this relationship, whatever this connection may be to you in your life. So I definitely feel like coming into mid-January, it's like, I don't want to give up just yet. I still want to try. So with the Page of Pentacles to the Queen of Pentacles, it's like you put forth so much effort, you put forth so much energy, but no matter how committed you are to the person you're dealing with, it feels like a burden being the only one trying to save a relationship. Two of Cups to the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is carrying a giant burden on your back, and I feel like the burden you're carrying is trying to be the savior here of whatever relationship is in question. You know, whether it's a romantic relationship right now that you're seeing change, whether it's a relationship with a friend of yours, a relationship with somebody in your family, it is such a burden to be the only person trying to work on it, right? Because it takes two to tango. And if this person's not willing to dance with you, it's going to be damn near impossible to try to save this. So I feel like you are just in a position in mid-January where it's like, I'm not ready to let go of the person that I love. Because you're turning into somebody I don't know. You're turning into somebody I don't resonate with, but I don't want to let go of the person that I genuinely love and care about. So that's where, in mid-January, what you're going to have to end up facing is inevitably that your person here is not who you once knew. They're just somebody that you used to know. And that's the difficult truth that I think a lot of you guys are going to have to face here coming into mid-January, coming to a place of accepting that truth. That's going to be the most difficult moment for you, you know? And guys, you have every right to feel some type of way. You have every right to grieve. You have every right to be pissed. You have every right to be like, what the fuck happened to you? You know? You have every right to say to them, what the fuck happened to you, right? Because when people just do a 180 without any reason, and they just become a person that you just can't really be around anymore because you can't tolerate their negativity, it's a shitty feeling. And, you know, you deserve to have the answers. So I'm not saying you can't confront them. You're more than welcome to confront them. Not to say that they'll give you answers that make sense, but at the end of the day, sometimes this just happens. It's a part of life. You know, I can't tell you how many times I've seen people that I've known for years just switch up on me, and I was like, whoa, where the fuck did that come from, right? And then I learned that throughout life, you outgrow people and they outgrow you. And there's not really anything you can do about that. You know, people that are in your life are in your vibrational resonance. And once they fall out of that resonance, once their vibration shifts in a different direction, they can't resonate with you. So chances are your person here may be going through something. They may have gone down a more lower vibrational path, and maybe that's why there's a lot of difficulties for them to resonate with your high vibrating energy, because if they're in that low vibrational path, they're attracting a lot of negativity, therefore they're casting out a lot of negativity, you know? So the paths that we choose and we align with don't always align with the people that are already with us. Alright? So based upon where things are going, I think that you're going to come to that realization in mid-January. It's like, it's such a freaking burden right now trying to be the only one saving this relationship because you're not doing shit, you know? Let's go ahead and see what your guides have to say. All right, keep in mind for this portion of the reading, Leo, this could resonate to anything we just talked about, or it could be a random message that your guides want you to hear. So are there any dire or important messages coming in from Leo's spirit guides throughout mid-January 2022, please? Are there any dire or important messages coming in from Leo's spirit guides throughout mid-January 2022? Let's have a look. We got here the King of Swords, we got here the Ten of Swords, we got here the Empress, and we got here the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like your guides here are being very, very predominant when it comes towards not tolerating this BS coming from the person you're dealing with. You have very strong guides, Leo. You have guides that are like, listen, I will cut you off real quick type of energy, all right? You got here the Ten of Swords and you got here the King of Swords. So what your spirit guides are trying to say to you this month is don't be afraid to embrace your strength and don't be afraid to embrace your worth and your value. If this person you're connecting with, granted it hurts to see them changing right before your very eyes, if they are not in resonance with you anymore, if they are disrespecting you, if their behavior towards you has been nothing but negative, they don't deserve to have a spot in your life. At the end of the day, Leo, how people treat you plays a very important role in your life. It don't matter who it is. If they're not treating you with the most utmost respect and love and unconditional love, then they don't deserve a seat on the throne with the Leo. And that's what your guides want you to know. Even though you may deeply care for this person, you're allowed to care for them. But remember, how people treat you is more important. If they're not treating you the way you deserve to be treated, even if you have a lot of strong feelings, even if you really care for them, that doesn't make them deserve a spot in your life. And that's what your guides want to remind you about, because you are indeed an Empress and you deserve to be treated as such. You deserve to be treated with unconditional love, the utmost respect, right? And at the end of the day, in Wheel of Fortune, life does change. Relationships do change. People do change. And that's the thing that we can't stop. And I think that's another thing that your guides are trying to remind you of. It's like at the end of the day, we cannot stop the cycle of life. We cannot stop the cycle of change that occurs within people. We can't stop people from coming into our lives just as much as we can't stop people from coming out of our lives. We are constantly going to go through an evolution of who's with us in the now and then who's going to be with us in our future. Because not everybody that's in our lives right now is here for the stay, you know? Some people are temporary. And that is okay, you know, people will be there for whatever they need be, and then wherever their path takes them next is where their path takes them next. And as I've mentioned, Leo, please don't feel that I'm trying to invalidate any of your emotions at all, because you're allowed to be fucking pissed right now, you're allowed to be angry, you're allowed to be hurt over this situation. But the fact is that it is a situation that you can't necessarily stop unless this person decided to say, you know what, I've been treating you like shit, and I want to work on this relationship too with you, this friendship with you too, you know, whatever it is that you guys have. So your guides are saying you can't stop the cycle of change, but what you can do is not allow anybody to treat you in any way that devalues you. What you can do is not allow anybody to have a space in your life that does not appreciate your worth. Because no matter how much you care for them, people only deserve to be in your life if they treat you the way you deserve to be treated. Okay? Let's go ahead and see the overall outcome here for mid-January. What's going to be the overall outcome here for Leo? I had a card fall on the ground. I'll pick it up in a second, though. What's going to be the overall outcome here for Leo? We got here the Death card. So obviously talking about the change, we got here Ace of Pentacles. Let me go see real quick what fell on the ground for you guys. And what do we have? We have here the Eight of Cups. Yeah, abso-freaking-lutely, guys. So you have here the Death card, you have here the Ace of Pentacles, and then you have here the Eight of Cups. So looking at the outcome that's present, Death card to the Eight of Cups. Things are changing. You're falling out of alignment with this person. It's hard, it's tough, but it's the fact, right? And with the Ace of Pentacles, though, even though things are changing right now, and it may suck, it may hurt, it may feel like, why did all of this happen? You're still going to be guided and directed to a better path, something better than you can imagine, Leo. And if you guys have been following my channel for a long time, many of you have heard me say this phrase a bajillion times, and that phrase is going to be, rejection is indeed God's protection. Rejection's God's protection. And I know that many of you guys might get annoyed hearing that. It might be a very irritating thing to hear, but it's such a true thing, because you know what? Right now, with this person exiting and cycling out of your life, you are only making room in this current moment for somebody even better to step in. So just throwing that out there, Leo. Let's say you're going through a breakup. The next person you meet, that's going to be an awesome person, especially when we're talking about love. Let's say you and a friend are falling out of alignment right now. It's going to suck, it's going to hurt, but know this, you're going to meet a better friend. You know, anytime we let go of low vibrational energies in our lives, anytime they fall out of alignment with us, it's always so that something better can come in and match our vibrations. So rejection's God's protection, you know. At the end of the day, you're meant for someone better, and someone else is meant for you. So therefore, there will be alignment there. It may not happen instantly, it may not happen this month or next month, but eventually you'll align to where you're supposed to go with somebody who actually does deserve you, considering that this individual and their negativity and their behavior has not been too keen. Someone here did a 180 and they became a person that you don't know anymore. Now they're just somebody that you used to know. Alright? So Leos, I know that this month may be a little difficult for those of you, particularly those of you that resonate with this situation. It is a very sensitive situation to be involved in. Like I said, I've had my fair share of situations like this, so I can definitely empathize with you guys on that. Now, if it's not your story, I'm pretty happy about that. If it's not your story, cool. Don't worry about it. There will be more videos on this channel, as always, but if this does resonate with you, I just want you to know I empathize with you. I see where you're coming from. I know exactly how this feels. And I want you to know that you have every single right to feel how you feel. You have every single right to confront the person you're dealing with and tell them how you feel. Get those emotions out. You know, if you need to say something, say it. Especially because if they've been such an ass, then you deserve to say some shit right back, right? Either way though, Leo, things change, people change, but most importantly, we outgrow people in life, and not everybody that's here is meant to stay. You know, some people really are temporary, and I feel like with that Ace of Pentacles, it just was another reminder of rejection's God's protection. Even though maybe you thought this person was meant to be with you for life, there's somebody else out there who is. And when you meet that person, you'll be really grateful and happy, and you'll be like, okay, everything makes sense. So even right now in the midst of chaos, when nothing makes sense and where you're super angry at the world and you're super angry that this person switched up on you, you're going to be really angry, pissed off, and emotional for a while. But you will see in the future, when you meet who you're actually supposed to align with, why all this happened. You'll be like, holy crap, okay, you know what? They changed, but guess what? The better thing, the better person, the better situation manifested. And in the end, I won something wonderful. You know, you will get to that point, all right? So tough it out as good as you can in this mid-month, guys. You know, definitely let yourself feel what you feel. Let yourself be emotional if you're feeling emotional. You know, don't invalidate yourself or let anybody invalidate you. But you will be able to get through this situation, and you will get something wonderful out of it. All right, Leo? Alright guys, Leo, thank you so much for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Thank you guys for coming. It's really, really amazing. Thank you for tuning in, guys. What did I want to mention before we close off? Well, if you're new here, definitely consider subscribing. What I wanted to say is that I'm sorry that this reading wasn't the best reading that I could provide for you guys, but I try to be as transparent as I can on this channel, and I know that sometimes some emotional reads come up, so hopefully this one wasn't something that's going to make you guys hate me. Don't kill the messenger. But nonetheless, guys, I love you. I hope the rest of this month goes great. Thank you for being here, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Much love to my Leo peeps. Have a safe, awesome, and amazing rest of your January. And you guys are going to be okay. Alright, Leo, much love, and have yourselves a good one. Peace.